Welcome to Ask the Edmonds Cop. I'm your host, Teresa Whipple. Today we have Detective Stacie Trykar with us from the Edmonds Police Department. Stacie, welcome to the program.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You have some interesting job duties that I think a lot of folks may not be aware of, so talk a little bit about what you do.
Sure. I am a detective with the Edmonds Police Department. I am part of the Crimes Against Persons unit. My main duties are to investigate crimes against children and adults. The crimes against children could include sexual assaults as well as physical assaults, and I also investigate sexual assaults against adults as well. In addition to that, I investigate child lurings, missing person cases, as well as I monitor the registered sex offenders in our community.
Okay, and that is a topic that is always of interest to people because whenever there is a registered sex offender that folks become aware of, they have concerns. So
Sure.
talk a little bit about what that involves and what people should be thinking about when they hear there's a sex offender living nearby.
Sure. Well, when sex offenders move into the community, sometimes we do get some citizens that are pretty alarmed. And so there are some things that people should know. Number one, sex offenders are given a level 1 through 3. Level 1 is a level where the county believes that they are less likely or least likely to reoffend. Level 2 is a moderate reoffense level, and then level 3 is most likely to reoffend. There are several considerations given when leveling a sex offender. Those could include criminal history, criminal conviction data, and also psychological behavioral evaluations. In addition to their leveling, there may be restrictions on where they can live. The Edmonds Police Department does not have any say on where a sex offender may or may not live. That is based solely on restrictions given by the court.
Okay.
So unless they have restrictions, they can live wherever they choose, just like me and you.
Okay.
Another thing to consider with sex offenders is how long they have to register. If it's a Class A felony that they were convicted of, something severe like, let's say, child molest in the first degree, they would have to register until they petition the court to change that. Class B felonies, something a little bit less serious, but still pretty serious, they would have a duty to register for up to 15 years, and so long as they are conviction-free for those 15 years, then they can get rid of their duty to register. And the Class C felonies are up to 10 years, they have to register for 10 years, and so long they are conviction-free for those 10 years, then they can also no longer have to register.
Okay.
So those are the main things.
So the idea is that if they've been convicted, they've served their sentence, gotten treatment, and then they are free to move back into the community with restrictions, as you mentioned. If
They
those
may
are
have
part of-
restrictions.
Yeah. So when people get frustrated, they may complain to the police department, but obviously you guys are not really in a position to do anything about it other than just keep an eye on them.
Sure. It should also be mentioned, too, that when a sex offender moves into our community, Snohomish County specifically, they register with the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office, the registered sex offender unit there. They let the county know where they're going to move. So in this case, if they move to Edmonds, I will get notified that they have moved to Edmonds. I am then also notified of their level of registration, level 1, 2, or 3. If they're level 2 or 3, the county Sheriff's Office, they're the ones that actually monitor and verify that they are still living where they are living. If they're level 1, least likely to offend, then I am the one that checks on them. And I typically check on level 1s every 3 months.
Okay.
So-
All right. And so if people have specific concerns about kind of who is around, I know there's a website that people can check that the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office maintains, and we'll make sure we have a link to that website on the screen.
Sure, and that's SnohomishCountyLaw.gov.
Okay.
They can get information about the laws of sex offender registry, and they can get some information about level 3 sex offenders that live in the community.
Okay, very good. Detective Trykar, thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back soon with another episode of Ask the Edmonds Cop.